You probably have seen these videos recently that are popping up saying that learning Japanese is easy or learning language is not difficult. I don't really have anything to say to those videos. I just want to add the perspective of seeing languages as something difficult and that you can get discipline through it, as I did by learning English by myself and 11 months of study on Japanese, porque soy un nativo del español. Before starting to study Japanese, you should have in mind that it will get easier with time, but the first months are actually difficult because you have to focus first on things like vocabulary and grammar, which honestly not that much people like. So you probably are wondering how to go through this starting phase as quick as possible without really struggling, so you can get to the more fun part, but it's still not that easy. If from now on, from the next 2 months, you can put at least 1 or 2 hours first thing on the morning and do the next thing that I'm going to say to you, you will get to a pretty decent level, so you can start doing what we call immersion as soon as possible. So if you don't know, immersion is just watching something in the language that you want to learn. So if you want to learn Japanese, reading, watching or listening to things in Japanese is what you will call immersion. The thing that you're going to do before starting to learn vocab or grammar is to learn the 2 Japanese alphabets, which are Hiragana and katakana. Which, to explain it to you very quickly, Hiragana is just the alphabet that is used for words in Japanese, and katakana is the alphabet for foreign words and some onomatopoeia. So I would recommend trying to go through these 2 alphabets as fast as you can, because it's actually not that difficult to learn them. Like, you can learn them in just 1 week and like you can start learning vocab then. So I will link the resources in the description so you can learn Hiragana with that resource and katakana. It doesn't really matter what you use, because I mean there's a lot of resources, but I'm giving you that one that I find online, so you can find whatever that you like. The next thing that we want to do is to learn vocabulary. For this, we're going to use an app called Anki, which in summary, this app helps you to memorize through flashcards and a spaced repetition system. So here we will use this deck, which is called the Core UK Japanese deck, which is the one that almost honestly everyone uses. So you can manage to learn at least 20 words a day, which takes up on around of probably 30 to 40 minutes per day. So I would recommend watching some Anki tutorial, because I really don't do it, because there's already a lot, so you don't want to be using Anki efficiently. So just probably Google how to use the Anki algorithm efficiently. You want to learn grammar whilst you learn vocabulary, because in that way you're going to be using the vocabulary that you see on Anki, which will help you to memorize it better. Because in Anki you are just memorizing, you are not seeing really how the grammar is used, right? So the guide I used for this period of learning grammar is this free one by a guy called Tae Kim, and there's 3 levels on this grammar guide. So the basic grammar, the essential grammar, and the special expressions. So when you get to around probably 200 words after 10 days, start using the guide. So I will recommend studying at least 1 hour a day, but if you can't, just do the same amount as you do with your Anki. So after you finish essential grammar, that's when you want to start watching something in Japanese that you're interested in, right? So it can be an anime, it can be videos, it can be podcasts. It doesn't matter as long as you're interested on the thing, right? So you want to do this whilst you study special expressions on the grammar guide. So you will notice that there's another one called advanced topics, which you can skip honestly because it's not necessary. They are things that you get with time during immersion. At last but not least, I want to recommend a habit that will help you to improve your discipline and procrastination if you do struggle with that, right? So if you can just manage to do it while you study Japanese, this will help you a lot. So the habit is literally waking up as early as you can. So when I'm recording this video and scripting this video, it's literally 5 a.m. and I literally woke up late because I usually woke up at like 4 a.m. right? So if you can manage to wake up at like 4 a.m. and put those 2 hours of study every morning before you go to school, before you go to work, before you go to uni, your procrastination literally will be 0. This is because waking up early is like a sacred time, and you will not end up scrolling or watching TikTok at 4 a.m. because you literally woke up to do something productive, right, that you consider important. Thank you for paying me your attention, and if this was helpful to you, give me a like and subscribe to my channel.